What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going over some of the best side hustles you guys can start very easily that you can make easily $20 per hour all the way up to a couple $100 per hour. These are all ways that I've made a little bit of extra cash to put in my pocket, and I back every single one of these 100%. And I want to make this very clear that this video is not going to include any full-time jobs like, oh, pick up a second job as a taxi cab driver or become an Instacart shopper, nothing like that. And there's nothing like selling internal organs for some quick cash because you may or may not need them in the future. They're all going to be very practical, very flexible, and completely in your control. They all don't take that much time either, so if you just have maybe 30 minutes and you're bored, you don't know what to do, well, you might as well make 200 bucks. I give all this content out for free on the YouTube platform, so I would really appreciate if you could just like the video, and with that, let's jump right into it. Number one is going to be teaching, because everyone knows something and they're passionate about something, and you probably have a good understanding about it. If you're knowledgeable on any specific topic, people will pay big bucks just to listen to you. When I was in high school, I got an SAT tutor, and I personally didn't pay for it. However, I know that he was actually paid a pretty penny for the hours that he actually contributed. Now, if you're the tutor in this case, you can schedule any time. Basically, you're flexible. If you have a job from 9 to 5 and you want to make some quick cash on the side from 6 to 7, well, you can go and, tutor whatever kid, whatever he needs. You can take on more work or take on less work depending upon your wants and your scheduling. This is a great way where you could make dead time where you're not doing anything for a couple of hours and make some quick cash. And a lot of the time you get paid under the table, which is all tax-free and it's cash. But whatever it is, you will actually need a skill in it, but you'll also need another skill in articulating your expertise and teaching it to that other person, which is a skill in itself. If you're a musician, go and teach classes on the instruments you play. If you're a YouTuber like myself, I could go and consult other smaller YouTubers and help them grow their channel by themselves. And to get your name out there, you can do anything like Google Ads, Facebook, Craigslist. Mouth to mouth is by far the most effective because let's say you're a musician and you're teaching a kid how to play the violin. Odds are that that kid has a passion for playing the violin and his friends might share the same passion and he's already in that community. So word of mouth, he'll tell his friends, which will tell their friends, and by no time you'll have so many people lined up for appointments that you might as well just quit your day job because you're going to be making so much as a teacher that there's no reason to actually keep your job. And the great thing is it's very scalable, and especially with hour-long classes, people pay big bucks. Like I was just saying, like $100 for an SAT tutor for an hour. Go and do 5 hours of tutoring a day and you're making 500 beans per day. But I will say it's anywhere between $20 and $100 and even more depending upon the skill and the demand for that skill. The next one is focus groups, and the reason why I say this is because again it is very flexible and you can plan it around your own schedule. You can schedule for an hour in the morning or an hour at night regardless of what you have planned. They'll pay anywhere from just $20 all the way up to $500 depending upon the focus group and depending upon if you are the target audience that they are actually needing for that study. They can pay anywhere between $50 and $500, even more depending upon the study and the survey that they need. And these can take anywhere from 30 minutes at sitting at home to 3 whole hours reviewing maybe a potential concept car. Some are online and some are in person depending upon the products, and a cool perk is that you actually get to go and see these concepts of products that won't actually reach the market for a couple of years, which I think is pretty cool. Imagine being able to test drive the Tesla Roadster 2 years before they even announced it, and getting paid to do it. I've heard of people actually testing out new phones, other people testing out consoles and unreleased games, which by far is one of the coolest things you can do, and honestly, I would pay you guys to allow me to get early access to it. They'll send you out an application, you just have to fill it out. Maybe you'll be selected for 20, 25, maybe even 30% of them. You won't get selected for every single one. And that will depend upon you as a specific person. So again, if you are going to review the Tesla Roadster, they're probably going to want to see someone who either owns an electric car or a hybrid, not someone who owns a big diesel truck. You might as well wake up an hour earlier on a Saturday or just stay up an hour later on a Saturday night to do these things, and again, they can pay pretty pennies. Overall, you can make a substantial amount of money all in your spare time without actually sacrificing any of, your actual responsibilities. You can find these focus groups at focuspointglobal.com and focusgroups.com, and link to those in the description if you're interested. The next one is going to be credit card churning, and if you guys don't know credit card churning, I will tell you from personal experience, this is probably the most profitable for the time that I actually put into it. This is often overlooked because a lot of people are really confused with credit cards and they just think it's complex, so they just stay away. However, you can get so much free value for essentially doing nothing. It really is not that complicated. It might take 20 minutes of your time, and with all those points that you'll actually collect, you could pay for all of your flights, your hotels, your bookings, your travel food, all of that just from 20 minutes of your time. So what happens is many credit cards offer a sign-up bonus. So if you sign up, get an account with that credit card, they will offer you something like 50,000 to 60,000 points just for signing up. However, you're going to have to spend a minimum on that card in a certain amount of time. And if you do that, they offer the points as an incentive. So what you do is you sign up, then you switch over the bills that you would already have to pay, like your utility bills, if you have a car payment, anything like that, phone bills, just move it over to the new credit card, use that credit card for that time, and then once you hit that minimum, well, just go back or go to a new credit card. All those points that you will rack up can be redeemable for flights, hotel bookings, or you could even get cash equivalents for them. Sign up for the credit card, meet the minimum with only the amount of money that I would already pay if I didn't get the credit card. So these are something like bills, but don't go and be incentivized to spend extra just because you have a credit card. Let's just put this in perspective. If you rack up 500,000 points, which is not too hard and won't take that much time to actually do if you do it correctly, that will have the cash equivalent value of $4,000, which might take you only a couple of hours to do. Now, if you use those points in travel incentives and stuff like that, that $4,000 might actually double into $8,000 worth of redeemable points for, again, plane tickets, hotels, travel with dining, anything like that. $8,000 for just a couple of hours. But the big key to this is you don't want to charge anything extra on the card that you wouldn't have already bought if that was just a debit card. You need to treat it like a debit card, and if you do that, you should be fine. And of course, you have to pay it off on time every single month, or else you can really screw yourself over. It might take 5 minutes to fill in the application. If you have a Mac, it might already do it automatically all for you. It might take 10 minutes to switch all your bills over to that, and that could give you guys $8,000 worth of travel points. Now, the big 3 points on this is you always got to pay it off on time, never spend anything that you wouldn't have already spent, and never spend any money that you don't have sitting in your checkings account. Treat it like cash because you're essentially just paying with cash, except through a credit card that then you will pay back with cash later in just a couple of days. Moving on to the next hustle that can make you guys some beans. It's very similar to the last, except this is called bank account churning. Basically like credit card churning, except, wait, you guessed it, it's with bank accounts. These banks will actually give you a sign-on bonus when just creating a checkings account and maybe depositing a certain amount of cash. You can make anywhere from $200 to $600 for maybe 20 minutes of your time on filling out some information and creating a new account. The best thing about this is they are constantly giving out offers and it's never dry out there. If you have just 5 minutes of your time, there will always be an offer out there for you that you can make a quick couple $100. Yes, you might have to move your money a couple times from bank to bank to bank. However, you can make thousands of dollars with little to no effort at all. Honestly, if you go to the bathroom and you're just sitting there, you can do this and make $200 while you're going to the bathroom. I'm going to put some links in the description below offering some of the best offers right now for sign-on bonuses, and maybe you guys watching this video could make a couple quick $100. But I don't recommend going for too many at one time. Don't bite off more than you can chew because it can get really confusing if you put your money in 15 different accounts trying to keep track of everything, and maybe you'll even lose track of an account and lose a couple $100, but that's going to be on your own disorganization, so make sure you're on top of everything. Keep good records of everything that you do and make sure that you track everything, and if you do that properly, you can make a couple $100 every single month, and honestly, after a couple of months, it'll rake in thousands of dollars. Think, if you have $1,000 sitting in your account that you're not anticipating to spend, you could move that into a bank account. They'll give you a sign-on bonus of $200, and that's literally a 20% return. That is the equivalent of investing in the S&P and getting an average return over 2 years for just moving it in 20 minutes. And the best thing is, you can do this every single month. Now, this one is by far the most lucrative, and you can make the most money on this. But I will tell you, it is going to take a lot more time and effort than any of the other ones. You gotta be dedicated and treat it more like a business. However, you guys can make a ton of money. And that is none other than building a YouTube channel. Now, the reason why I say this is because, well, one, I just really enjoy creating YouTube content. I just find it actually enjoyable. And even if I didn't get paid, I'd probably still do it. I don't get paid that much at the moment. However, I am slowly building up a community around me, and you can monetize in many different ways. From AdSense to merch to online courses to affiliate marketing, there are tons of ways that you can actually monetize your own channel. But by far the easiest is the Amazon affiliate marketing, where you essentially are just promoting a product on Amazon. You'll get a specified link that you put in the description. People will click that, and when they buy through that link, regardless if it's that actual product or anything else, you'll get a kickback and a commission from their purchase. You can make anywhere from $1 to $10 for every single purchase, which doesn't sound that much. However, once you start building a community and it's working in the passive when you're just sleeping, it can rake in some bank. The easiest way is literally buying these products on Amazon and making a review channel where you literally review the product, promote the product, and then get a kickback from the commissions. And again, you can get paid on anything on Amazon, even if they don't buy that product. It just has to be through that link, and the more they buy, the more you make. There are other great options as well. If you're really interested in investing, you guys can either sign up with Robinhood with a link down below, or Webull with a link down below, and they will give you guys free stocks for starting and opening an account with them. YouTube is by far the best platform in my opinion, where you can organically grow and express all of your opinions. It's highly scalable, and if you want more, you can push it more. If you want to cut it back, you can do less. That's completely up to you. Now, these side hustles I've personally made thousands of dollars on, and I cannot recommend them anymore to you guys, and I promise you, you guys will not be disappointed whatsoever. If you made it this far in the video, one, I really appreciate you. I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel with all my heart, so like, subscribe, turn on that bell notification, because I am posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday high quality content from here on out. Good luck in the markets, and I'll see you guys next time.